Mic check, 1, 2. What is this? You're now tuned into Imperfect Sense right here on UnifiedRadio.tv. I'm wonderful hosts, wonderful moderators, wonderful opinionated brothers that make up this podcast. It's called Imperfect Sense, man. I go by the name of Eric E. Mr. Dawson, whatever you call me. Please do not call me a midget.
Nah, don't call him.
Please don't call me a midget. To the left of me, I got the bully with me, the brother Conway. Ooh. Bully in the streets. The ladies at home call him a teddy bear. The teddy bear to the right of me. I got the fitness guru Flesh with me in the building.
You know.
Andy's not here today, but shout out to Andy, man. He is the last part of this podcast called Imperfect Sense, man. And if you've never seen us, you never listened to us, you've never heard of us, look, this is our male version of the talk. Male version of the view. We very opinionated. We talk a lot of shit. You know what I mean? So what makes perfect sense to us may not make perfect sense to you, which is fine. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But before we get started, we like to drop the disclaimer because, like I said, we do talk a lot of shit.
Yeah,
definitely. A lot of shit, a lot of slurs, a lot of bullshit, a lot of cursing. Yeah. People get offended.
Natural talking.
Natural talk.
Yeah, it is natural talk because it's like this is we have the conversations that people that we have at the barbershops. You know, you have at the water cooler at work on your lunch break. You know that group text where y'all talk shit. You know what I mean? But we talk this shit live, in your face,
in collar.
You know what I'm saying? So look, if you're sensitive about your race, religion, gender, sexuality, or politics, this is not the motherfucking show for you.
At all, turn it off.
Because we talk about everybody. I don't give a fuck if you're gay. I don't give a fuck if you're straight. I don't give a fuck if you're black, white, Asian. We don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? We talk about ourselves too. So
now, don't care if you know.
Nah, short. See, light skin, conceited shit. He's already starting with his light skin conceited shit. You know what I'm saying? But look, ain't nothing wrong with him thinking he's sexy. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong, I guess, with him thinking he's sexy. Pause. I'm gonna say pause. You know what I mean? But what we gonna do today?
What you talking about?
We're gonna turn up for the brothers because the brothers was on one. You know what? It was I seen more of a united front this week with men across the board.
Yeah,
and it's been happening a lot lately.
I'm happy you said men because I've seen a lot of bitch men going against what we talk about.
I say males. I call them males. Okay. Men and males.
Or whatever they identify with.
No, I don't like.
Yeah, they might not. Don't call me. I identify with something else. You know what I mean?
I like bitch males.
Bitch male. I'm cool with that. What you call them?
I just call them males.
Yeah, males. But look. I seen more. Let's say, well, we're gonna call them the betas. I seen more alpha.
I like that.
That's a good word.
The beta males were against this week, but the alpha males were online with this. Something hit the internet via Instagram a few days ago. Well, really about a week ago now. Gospel singer Smokie Norful.
My God, too.
Shout out to Smokie, right? Posted a picture. Yeah, sure guys around the world. Posted a picture, and the caption was something on the lines, and we'll give it to you verbatim a little bit later. He was basically hugged up with his son, right? Hugged up with his son, embracing his son, saying, you know, my son's bigger than me, he's 16 years old, whatever. They were laid up on the couch and son was asleep on his chest.
And what he said, it still feel good that my son
absolutely
accepts me to.
Absolutely. So for me, being a father, you being a father, we all have boys. Is there a problem with the way that he embraced his son? Because a lot of women were against it. I seen a lot of women. I seen a lot of women saying he was too old for that. He's too big. What are your thoughts? Let me flesh. Let them. What's your thoughts? Like, because you got sons. So
yeah, they twins.
Yeah,
they right. But don't get me wrong. Like, if I don't know what the picture of it. You don't know like what was going on during that time. That's something that's not, basically, you don't see me do. I know my sons. I tell you off the back, My sons ain't gonna do no shit like that though. They not. But if they ever did, trust me, it's coming for a reason. At their age, I'm talking the age where he was at. If it was, it's coming for a reason because I raised my sons to be, heterosexual males, so the old school way of thinking is already installed in them, so they wouldn't even do that. But if they did, I don't see a problem with it.
Yeah, for me, there's no problem at all. My son, 12, I don't get, like, I don't care. Like, if my son came to me today and while I was sitting there and just laid down, went to sleep, I'm cool. I teach that heterosexual shit too, but at the end of the day, that is where we fuck up as men. That's how, I mean, like, we tell them that you can't show affection to another male, even being your father.
Without being equated with some type of sexuality.
Yeah, and that's the thing though, it's not. But that's why I say I'm just looking at my sons at the ages where they at now.
Yeah,
like, they 18 or 19, they gonna be like, man, fuck that. That's how their attitude is. But if they was around like his age and stuff like that, my son's always vulnerable when they around me.
My son, 20 years old, right?
So you got the older rod.
My son, if my son, I still try to kiss and hug my son, and he hate it. You know what I'm saying? Just because he's at the get off me dad stage. Like, but that's my only one. Still my baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand that. But see, my sons don't respond like that because I told them the reason why I tell you I love you all the time and the reason why I do give you hugs and stuff is because I never got it from my father. And he never got it from his because I learned about that from him when I got older and wanted questions. He never got it from his. So it was about me breaking the generational curse.
Even with Smokie, see, I don't know how Smokie Norful was raised. So maybe he didn't get that either. Maybe that's his way of saying, like, yo, I'm going to break the cycle of how us men are being treated by our fathers. Because it was like, I remember, I think it was maybe last year, or maybe 2 years ago, when Shaquille O'Neal here posted a picture of him kissing his son. His son graduated from high school, and people had a problem with that. I'm like, yo, if more men were able to relate to their father in a way where you could show emotion and love to him, like, where the fuck would we be?
Fact.
Like, where the fuck would we be? All this extra testosterone that, you know what I mean, is landing us in jail and in the dirt.
Yeah, but I think that's what I said from my opinion from the past, the history. We still suffer from a lot of fucking shit from slavery. Like, it just is what it is. And it's like, if they make it seem like, that whole tough thing. Remember when we was growing up, you had to be tough, this, tough, that, tough.
Right.
But there was nothing there for you to get that soft blow and show affection. Because, fathers back then, because of how hard, white people were on them, you got to be strong because the white man do this and strong, and that just got passed on. But if black men, for the most part, were shown more love from their father and then the other male figures in their life, like letting them know it's a time to turn it on, to be hard, and the time that you can be vulnerable. A lot of shit that be going on now, like without culture, wouldn't even be going on.
And I ain't gonna lie, when I seen it, I was happy that he did post it. For the simple fact,
Me too.
Even the backlash he was getting from it, I was happy that he did post it because he's a gospel singer, 1. 2, we don't know how he was actually brought up. But being that from hearing him speak, that's all he's preach about is being a man and showing another man that they can be a man.
But again, the hypocrisy for him from the outside looking in, for him to get any backlash. When I said before, if it's socially acceptable,
it was sickening from our culture backlash. That shit was pissing me off, yo.
The part that makes me mad is that I don't get people's concept. If you okay with a male choosing to be flamboyant and femme,
Hold on, yo.
What is wrong?
Come on, y'all.
What is wrong with a father showing affection to his son? If you saying that this is socially acceptable now, anything else less than that shouldn't even be in this shit.
And that, thank you, because that was the first thing I seen that shit. I posted like, so it's okay for your man to run around in little skinny jeans, a pocketbook, and some fucking shoes that look like he got on platforms, and you love that. But when this man's showing you real love, real affection, and show that his son not scared for him to post that, Y'all against that and saying his son gonna grow up gay, but you already embracing
But
it.
the crazy thing about, I didn't mean to cut you off.
you good.
The crazy thing about the whole, this 2020, right?
Exactly.
We done said this shit on the show 1,000 times. Love who you love. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
If you gay, go ahead, be gay. Long
you
as you
gay,
happy.
just be
Just don't
gay.
come at me about that shit, because I like pussy. You know what I'm saying? Shaved pussy at that. Shaved, tight, clean pussy.
Yeah, you good.
Shaved, tight, clean.
We told you that
Pussy.
shit get left.
Wait a minute.
Real fucking fast.
Shaved, tight, clean pussy. Don't know if there's too much left in the 410-443 DMV Baltimore area. It's like, that's slim pickings. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of women out here leaving men with itchy balls.
Drink your water. Drink your
Let
water.
Yeah, but let me clean that up a little bit. But
I'll get back
it's
to it
just-
after you make your point.
Yeah, but it's just a simple fact of, like you said, it's 2020. Nobody should be having a problem with anything really, but the issue that I have when it comes to showing affection. But the problem that I have, it seems like that heterosexual men are constantly being attacked.
Regularly.
No matter what you do fucked up shit. It's like basically they really accustomed to it. Like I said, they so used to us being depicted as violent, not being in the picture, and all these things. It's no fuss to fix that. It's no fuss to fix that. But the minute that you see a black father there showing affection and being there for his child, then it's a problem. It's like we always being attacked at all costs.
Let me ask you if you noticed this. I didn't notice the change or the backlash coming from any males, right? And let me see if y'all remember this. You know, we grew up 80s and 90s. That was our adolescence, right?
Yeah.
I never remember a time where, when I was growing up, I heard other men embrace other men like we do today. It's so many times you run into dude, yo, I hope you good, love you, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I never remember hearing that in the 80s and 90s. Like the time we in now, it seemed like more men are more accepted and affectionate towards each other. And then now you got these women saying, nah, yo, that shit ain't right. What you mean that shit ain't right? Like, only way that shit is gonna change and we stop killing each other and ending up behind bars in the dirt. If as I come to you like, man, I'm glad to see you doing good, love you, bro. Glad to see you doing good, love you, bro. Now you got women that's backlash kicking back off that, like, y'all not supposed to be doing that. Fuck, we supposed to be doing then, bitch.
The first time I heard a female give her example of that of why y'all tell y'all homeboy you love him. At the end of the day,
where we living at, you don't know if you gonna see that motherfucker tomorrow.
Exactly. And then, like I said, why would I keep telling my homeboy in the casket, I love him.
Yeah, but again, which I do a reminder to a lot of young men and brothers when I come across them. People think that it's only always about us, but I try to tell them that there's a lot of, not all, but there's a lot of fucked up women out here with that mentality. And I tell people, choose the women that you deal with wisely. Just because of this whole feminist movement, everything going on, don't make every female right. So they don't get in reality, they don't get a pass. They might get a pass in this fucked up society that we get in, that every woman gets a pass and they can say and do whatever they want because their movement is so strong, but you still never submit to wrong behavior. Like, because America is never going to get to a point where it's perfect all the way across the board. It's a dog eat dog world. So for us as men, especially the last of us that's left, we gotta continue doing the things that we do and keep telling other brothers it don't have to be this way and keep promoting that positive energy when it comes to the black culture. Period. That's just in my opinion. A lot of things that we talk about, we gotta stay the course. Because we fighting a battle where everybody is against us.
And that's right. And they get, you know
the
what?
ones who do support us, if you stay quiet, you still against us. Because you ain't even pushing the fact of this really ain't about a gender thing like what I'll show. We voice our opinion just like everybody else, but it really ain't about a gender thing. It's about a right and wrong thing. And that's the thing that we have to fix. So on our end on what we doing, I encourage any brothers that's out there that's even pushing that envelope of always staying positive and showing affection to your sons to break that generational curse. Keep doing it.
Yo, some men don't get to show affection to their sons until it's too late. You know what I'm saying? You sit there and your son do something or you do something that gets you taken away from this world whether it's behind bars in the dirt, and then that's when you want to show your affection. Like that shit.
Not even then.
Yo, the shit has to continue because when you're a father and you in your child's life, when that child is born, you love him. Then it get to the point where it's like, yo, he too old for that. He ain't never too old to feel like you love him.
I got a brother that I watched on the Murder Inc. joint. A dude went to jail when his son was 8 months. 15 years, came out, and he can't even get back in his son's life anymore. The mother don't want him. Around.
I hate that shit. I hate that shit. I hate that shit.
He can't reached out. She was like, "They don't need you no more." He can't breathe without his son. Like, period. Because that's another part of him, and he humble. So him going through the shit that he went through when he was misguided and out there, he come back. You could tell from this man, he has his right frame of mind. Like he feels sorry about the things that he done. He made a whole apology video. About it.
I seen that though.
So you saw, that shit touched me. But me knowing the society that we live in as a black man is really like, fuck you.
That shit corny, man.
You had your opportunity, so
they treat you just like you're a sperm donor, like you don't have no right and nothing.
This the fucked up thing about it. A lot of the people that I've known, that I've seen personally, that I know, that said that was bullshit or whatever, were women who, all those type of women that held their child father away from them, try to put things in their heads, even for all right, fuck it, for me, like, you know how much affection I want to give my son, but I can't on a basis when I want to, because it got to go through his mother,
who's bitter,
you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, some of these bitches just need to shut up, because you want to raise a man to be that fucking murderer because you're in love with that murderer. But at the end of the day, that's not what your son want to be. Every boy in the city of Baltimore, or any city where there's a lot of crime at, all of them don't want to be killers and fucking robbers and murderers. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I mean,
most of them.
But look though, it's the affection of, if you really had an affection of another male in your life, sometimes you would think the other way. I was fucked up.
But
I didn't think about that shit. Because the women in my family, the women were the one that told me TTG, bro.
Yeah, but that's listen. But again, see how we speaking about this now? Ain't even a talking mainstream, mainstream.
Yeah.
But eventually, down the line, it's going to be that. It's going to be that talk. It's going to be that talk, because myself, you, a lot of us, we have been scarred by
society.
Bitter women
society.
And like I said, they have no consequence. If you live in a life where, like I said, the roles will switch. Back before we were born, men used to do whatever the fuck they wanted to women, and it was socially acceptable. They got a fucking way with it. Women moved forward to get past that, and they did it. But then now they have the power. So the same thing that happened in the past when they were doing all the wrong to women, women are doing that to men now, and it's socially acceptable. It doesn't. Two wrongs don't make a right. But unfortunately, this is the society that we live in.
That shit. I'll be thinking about that shit a lot, man. Like when it come to my son, right? I'll be thinking like, how would he be, or where would he be if I wasn't involved?
Or if you didn't show him the affection
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because
same thing I said to my son. Like, my sons don't know what it's like to live the way that I live. Like, they didn't grow up in the projects. They didn't have to worry about where their next meal. Ever since they was born, they opened their refrigerator. It has never been a time when a refrigerator wasn't overflowing with food.
And that's just one fucking phase.
Ever.
Financially is one phase. Mentally is another thing. Mentally, what did you go through? Like what men go through in their mind from growing up? Like for me, right? I grew up without no father, right? Far as I'm concerned, I don't give a fuck who hear it. I was a side baby, far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean? Because when it comes to my quote-unquote father side, he's dead now, which I could truly fucking care less about. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you. I hope you turned into a sunflower or a seaweed or something, whatever the fuck you grew into, bitch. But far as I'm concerned,
a weed,
right?
Regular weed.
You wasn't. If I have no recollection of you, then you wasn't in my life. I don't even know your fucking name. I don't know what you look like. I don't know what that side of my family looks like. And for me, it's fucked them too. Because if my brother, God forbid, was to pass, I know who my nieces and nephews is. You know why? Because Uncle Eric, they call me Uncle Eric. Uncle Eric is there. You know what I mean? I'm involved. You had siblings. You had mothers and grandmothers, aunts and uncles, brothers and sisters and cousins that knew you had a little, and you ain't reach out to me. Like, the fuck I give a fuck about y'all for? You know what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned, if a carnival ship go down, I hope y'all bitches on it. Drown together. Fuck you, sucker dick.
Yeah, but now let's
but before you get to your point, that it goes to the point about the mental for me, because people don't know what I mentally want. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Now, see what he just said?
You see how bitter I am, people? Y'all did this to me.
Listen, that's what I'm saying.
Yo.
He said that, and there's a lot of other brothers out there that will say the same thing, because you have people out here who think that it's okay to, like I said, we are just financial, our whole thing is financial obligation. That's it. That the father doesn't mean anything, but then you got men growing up, and then
don't know where they come from.
They affected through trauma, like you.
Had to learn a lot of shit on my own.
Like you, and we raised by women because they feel as though the father's not necessary. We gonna get into that, but when did that take place that the black man wasn't, that he was not, he ain't served no purpose? Who started that? Who attack was that?
Go and speak on it.
Who attack was that?
We're gonna let you have it.
The same ones throughout this motherfucker act every time you see a commercial, they got a father and a mother. That's what the fuck we talking about.
Which was the white culture. And we ain't gonna get into all that because all that ain't bad, but the whole thing in the 70s, what they started in the 70s, was the whole reason behind why we go through what we go through today.
Look at the what's Target had a Christmas article, pajamas and shit like that, right? All the white families, Asian families had a mother and father. When it came to the black family, just the mother had 2 kids.
Yeah. No.
Crazy. They know how to market that shit, bro.
Hold on, though. And this is where it's fucked up. I didn't even notice it. My fucking 8-year-old came to me and said, "Daddy, so how everybody else got a father but the black people?"
Yeah.
That's how they market that shit.
It's crazy, bro. She was like, "But you here, and I know you be wanting to be, but why?" And I was like, "You know what?" And then I swear to God, like a week later, it was a big thing. Target was apologizing and reshot the article, this and that.
And this is why I try to tell our people to get caught up in this media shit. Anything that they display to you on these major networks, it's not a coincidence. They know what the fuck they doing.
They know what they doing.
Before the riot, it's like I told you, I hardly ever watch TV. But the fact now that if I stop at my mom's house who watches TV, because, she's somebody else who, whatever go on TV, they can control them because that's all they watch all day long. That's all they feed their brain. It's like, when I looked at the commercials, I keep seeing diversity. This stuff didn't start happening until these past couple years because of all this racial tension. So the people who run the shit go
racial diversity and sexuality diversity too.
Diversity. The major people, the people with the money, the ones who you don't know, the people who own these major networks, we don't even know what the fuck they look like. They have an agenda. They get together. They are the ones who control what we see. Like they have an agenda.
NBC.
Because of everything that's going on, they going, "Oh shit, we don't want to cause no problems to keep you calm. Let's start throwing this psychological. Let's start throwing these commercials out here." Then guess what? You been could have did this shit. You been could have had it, because ever since our era, like you said, we didn't have no father figures around. But what we looked up to, the Cosbys, you had Family Manners, you had all these shows that
Different
had
World.
a positive dad in the mix and doing those things, and those things actually helped us get through
fucking right.
some shit. Some shit in real life.
Yo.
And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere,
you couldn't tell me I wasn't related. Uncle Phil wasn't my uncle.
Different World, the only reason what made me was like, "Yo, you know what? I think I do want to go to college."
Yeah,
you know what
Phil, you know what I mean?
But not only that, like Dr. Phil, and even fucking James, man. Like,
Dr. Phil?
No. Let me tell you. Listen.
Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil. Well, he was a doctor.
No,
he was a
lawyer.
But James, even though
James Evans,
shit didn't go right for Cuz,
they killed him.
Damn.
And listen, and growing up in the projects, right?
Yeah.
I got laughed at in high school in the 9th grade. I'm not lying to you because you got. Like none of my mother didn't go to college, like, you know, my aunt did, but a lot of them didn't go to college. So I was even uneducated. You waking up in the hood, in the projects all the time, and you dealing with project shit. When I went to the 9th grade and moved with my father for the first time, when Chapel Service came in, and I said I want to move with my father because I wanted to ask some questions. So when I moved there and I go to Walbrook, we inside the school, and when they was asking people what college they wanted to go to, I said Hillman. This shit don't even exist.
Yo,
everybody started fucking laughing, yo.
What is he talking about? He really...
I'd have been dead.
Because you know why?
Bro.
Nobody never talked to me about college. That was the first time that I ever even heard
I
of
threw my book at the chalkboard like,
they only had one real college on there.
Some other kids.
I believe it though.
Some
I
other
believe it though.
kids thought that Hillman fucking existed.
They only had one real college on there. That was Morgan.
Yeah, but because they wore the HBCU sweaters and all that shit all the time. But think about what you was talking about with marketing, how they force feed shit to us, right? Think about that era when we grew up with the Family Matters and the Cosby Show. When you came from certain places that we came from and you didn't have a 2-parent household, or you maybe didn't have food, or it was nobody that was successful in your family. You look at them things on TV like, damn, that's what I want. I want to strive to do that. And then they switch it. Then they tell you, no, you should strive to be a drug dealer. Then they switch it. Yeah, they switch it. You should strive to buy this Gucci and Louis Vuitton and strive to buy. This shit switched. You know what I'm saying? And all that shit is marketing. And it is done by fucking design.
And you know what the fucked up thing about it is? That makes it even worse? And y'all know, because what I've done, that shit is definitely designed by where you live. Because the same commercial that I have here, at the same time, is not the same commercial that they watching in Bel Air. Mm-hmm. We watching the same channel.
No, but you understand though, like that's why the network things are there. It's to always, like I said, there's nothing new under the sun, man. Like this stuff been going on before all of us was even born. The constant confusion, because it's like we live in a capitalism country. Money has to circulate. The way the world operates, money has to circulate. That's why when we going through this whole COVID shit and people with
because money not washing, shoving hands.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
People don't understand. So many people are like lacking the point about how the economy work, and some do. A lot of other cultures that's larger than us understand, but they going, we don't give a fuck about that. Our culture always worrying about money because we always struggling to get by. So they looking at us, they look at us like, why these motherfuckers not in the house? Why these motherfuckers doing this? Because black people been through so much shit. You ain't, you're not even worrying about that. But just a simple fact with this whole COVID situation and how everything is moving. Watch what stems from this, because everything that we talking about right now is really putting the eye opener on all the fucked up shit that we doing. And how we think we got too much time now to sit down and really analyze every fucking thing that go on.
But know the crazy shit about that though? This COVID shit, it's putting them on the same playing field we are.
Who?
All these fucking white people that's crying that their restaurants are being closed the fuck down. I had to let this person go. I don't know how to get past the mob.
It's showing you who can deal with struggle.
Know what that is? Know what I was looking at yesterday on the TV?
The
first time I watched the news in like a couple years, I seen me in another fucking color. How the fuck am I pay that bill tomorrow?
Yeah.
Who can I run to? Nobody here to help me.
When everything was systematically set up for you to win anyway.
Because these motherfuckers are just banking on our dollars. Most of these restaurants bank on black dollars
and black labor and black and brown labor
to survive. Now you telling me that, oh shit, I gotta let go 65 of them? I got Jimmy Seafood down that bitch crying on TV yesterday. Crying.
You talking about them being closed?
Crying because I don't know what that got to do.
The black
I don't know
and
what
brown-
2001 gonna come about.
the
Bitch,
black
you me, Sambo.
Yo, the black and brown dollar controls everything. But
You right now.
But think about what we talking about. We started off on one thing talking about. No. This is the point about Smokie Norful embracing his son. Look how many olive branches that we took off that tree just by a man not being involved.
Because everything.
Think about it.
But you can only get that content here though.
Because think about it. Because think about it. Something that looks so simple is very important. That one picture criticizing that one statement of a relationship, a positive relationship like that between the father and son, and how dynamic, like you said, that idolatry, like what do it do to a person when they go out into the world and interact with people?
Mm-hmm. So imagine if more of us, if it was more embraced of like, yeah, y'all should be doing that. Let's be for real. Women control every fucking thing. Yeah. Whatever they say that is accepting.
That's why these straight men walking around gay.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to be accepting. You know what I'm saying? If they say we need y'all to dress like this, we need y'all to move like that, the shit's controlled by women.
Yeah, they have to be. The reason why is because men have took that. Men in numbers wise, men have stepped back as being the voice. Like that. That's why, especially when it comes to
and I agree.
Culture, men have stepped back completely, and the woman has stepped up.
I agree, but listen, and it's the reason why I said that. It's the reason why I said that. So if more women were on the same page, and it's not all of y'all, but it's the few that stand out that were against it is always going to be the ones that control the shit. So if the women were more united on that shit, if they were more united on that picture, more men would be like, you know what? That is what we're supposed to do. And guess what? That olive branch doesn't go as far once we come back into the household, once we come back into our children's life. It's just systematically, that's just the way it is.
And that's some real shit. Because I looked at it like this, right? Say if Smokie Norful was Yolanda Adams, another gospel singer, right? And it was her son at 16 landing on her, and she's saying those same words Smokey said, it won't be no issue. But hold on.
They look at a woman as the only one that can be a nurturer, which is not true.
Both
parents can be nurturers.
And if you look at the jungle,
facts.
That's how it is. But then at the end of the day, you had Wiz Khalifa getting blasted recently too because he kissed his son. You seen that?
No, I didn't see it.
He had kissed his son.
We're gonna put that up though.
He had kissed his son, and everybody like, and this way shit shifted. You had some men like, the fuck you doing? You kiss your son, yo? Like,
yeah.
Then you had
the fuck, yeah, kiss your son.
It's like, y'all wildin'. You know Wiz weird. His baby mother is fucking Amber Rose, and so now you giving a person of his time because you think that he's weird is a pass, and it's the same people that like 6.
Yeah, he probably about that old now.
Yeah, he kissed him on the mouth. Like at the end of the day, I ain't gonna lie, I don't give a fuck. Like if that's what you want to do with your son, that's what you want to do with your son.
You ain't French kissing him.
French kissing.
Wow, yo, have a good day. Come on, man.
He kissed him and was like, "I'm proud of you." Blah blah blah.
That shit goes.
And the only thing a person did was take from that video, take the clip, show him kissing his son, and was like, "Oh, look at this shit, y'all. Black men is out here pushing gay agenda on our young black men. That's why gays running wild." No, gays running wild because y'all allowed them extra fucking comfortability that they already had.
I wouldn't even call it running wild. I wouldn't even call it running wild.
If you're gonna call it running wild, just say if it's running wild because
it's just
you accept. They said that they used the term running. They used the term running wild.
They can do whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Just know that I like pussy.
This so ain't about.
I like pussy. I'm just.
It kind of is. It kind of is.
You gotta say that. Like, it's not a lot of us left. But what I'm saying is, take that. Let's do an example. This probably in a bad analogy, but let's do this. This water bottle represents Smokie Norful embracing his son, which a lot of women went against, right? This Monster can, even though I love you, Monster, sponsorship, represents rapper Future, right? Y'all shit on this man who in the house with his wife and his son embracing, but this dude right here, and it's no personal shot against Future, love your music, but
they shit on him too.
But no, he's more accepting of him planting his seed right here, and he's laid up with the new one. While the son that you should be embracing that's at an impressionable age is getting embraced by somebody that's throwing touchdowns every fucking Sunday and taking family pictures like, my son. He's the one embracing your son.
But you gotta think about it. You got another one that just had
Come
that's
on,
getting
man.
embraced by another man too.
Come on, man.
All your kids get embraced by other men, bro.
How ladies, how we embracing this shit? How we embracing this shit and not more or less embracing this shit?
I don't think the fact that they embrace it, I don't think they embrace it. I think it's a simple fact that they so used to bullshit and shit that's not right that they're acceptable to it. That's the same way how I tell you about
well money and fame makes you acceptable to bullshit, because if he was just Reynard working at fucking UPS, then Reynard at UPS he'd just be Reynard at UPS.
Bro.
The fact that he's a rapper and like I said, it ain't a shot, but that's your fucking life.
No, but think about this like you said. Women control everything. Now, those dudes who you talking about, think about if women got together and said, I ain't fucking with no motherfucker unless he got a career, good ass job, and a head on his shoulders. I ain't fucking nobody.
That's fine.
But a lot of motherfuckers don't get their act together because they want pussy.
Well, you can get
they gonna get their act together.
You can get your act together. You can get your act together making minimum wage.
You gonna always have a Jezebel, cuz. So at the end of the day,
it's gonna be a fucking nympho out here like, if these bitches ain't fucking, I am.
You ain't lying.
Facts.
You ain't lying.
So somebody still gonna get a nut, cuz. So
I mean,
She gonna take
might be a
a
little right. You might be a
Hey,
little
right. He right.
Might be a little right.
I rest my case. You right.
Yeah, you right about that, because it's a lot of nasty shit. Who gonna take it?
You.
I don't know. Should I? I am single for now. I should take it.
he gonna fuck her.
I got all right to. You know what I mean? Like, I'm single. You know what I mean? Like, why you keep looking at the camera like I'm lying or something?
Single.
Why he keep looking at the camera like I'm lying?
Hey, I'm done with that. So, go ahead with what you were saying.
I'm back to my man Smokie. Back to my man Smokie Norful. So what advice can we give? Let's say, matter of fact, we ain't gonna get into the advice yet. Let's address what we were talking about previously about the women. You know what I mean? Forcing the man out.
Right.
This bitterness. Like, how can we address the bitterness of some women as forcibly not letting the man be a part? Now, if the man's a detriment to the child, I understand, but not because you mad.
That's the thing that I have.
Not because you mad.
This the thing that I have with society. The constant disclaimers. We gotta keep saying we address how the fuck we feel.
You right.
Like, every time we gotta address our situations with a woman, we gotta give a fucking disclaimer. They get to freely talk to us however the fuck they want to talk to us, and don't have to give a fucking disclaimer. You don't never see a woman go, I'm not talking about all men. I'm not doing that. Anytime you talk about women or gays or something like that, you watch it in comedians, celebrities, anybody who talk, it's like they hush you. It's like the ones who used to be getting oppressed are now the oppressors.
Mm-hmm.
But
Like,
you
and
see why?
it shouldn't have to be that way. In reference to your question, those women, us as men, you can't do nothing for. It has to come from those who have the power. It gotta be other women that's gonna step in and say, nah, no, we don't rock with women like you.
Yeah, I like that.
Who be taking they kid out their man, or you know you got a good dude and you gonna go put him on child support anyway because you mad about this. It's gonna take women that are leaders in that manner, because you have a lot of women who disagree with those women, but they do this. Just be quiet. So you're no different
because
than the motherfucker who doing it.
Because if you're
they
being
can.
quiet, then that means you're part of the problem.
But they can't.
Wow.
Because women are different from us. Just like you said, women are emotional. Gays are emotional.
We all are
Hold on.
emotional.
But listen, that's what I'm going at.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only people that you know are supposed to be emotional. When it comes to us,
Heterosexual men.
heterosexual men are not emotional. Heterosexual men,
Because if you are emotional and you express your stress,
then they put you over here.
No, you're gonna start getting the things of either you're gonna have other heterosexual men calling you gay,
Right.
Because you're showing emotion. You're gonna have people going because you look frustrated. See, he's aggressive. See, he's out of line. He's out of control.
Even women gonna say he's gay.
Yeah, it looks like he might be abusive. You see the way his face
Yeah.
looks like that's what they do.
Or not
all
showing
the time.
emotion, you must be hiding something.
But-
Hiding something or something's wrong with you because you don't express your feelings.
But that's
We can't fucking win.
That's what I'm saying. So at the end of the
We
day,
can't fucking
that's
win.
what I was going at. So we got to bring out that disclaimer because it's like, all right, we have these people in our family, and some of them even know that, yo, you don't mean no harm.
I'm just not gonna deal with humans no more. I'm just gonna stay in my house and buy me a blow up doll, and that's what I'm having.
But for
You
women,
ain't gotta do the blow up dolls, yo. They got the realistic
life,
joints.
yeah.
Right?
How much they cost?
About $5,
$5 what?
$4,000.
I'll stick with my lotion. I ain't gonna be able to do that.
but then you got the women who don't say nothing because they have a sister
Fuck you.
or
That's to the person that laughed
they
and said, how
have
do you know?
they have an aunt, right? They got a sister. They have an aunt that's going through that's saying that shit and use them as a crutch. So women will refuse to turn their back on a woman that they fuck with for a man's to help a man out in any way at all. We fuck up back. We'll turn our back on another brother to make that woman feel comfortable. They will never, if they cool with them, they will never turn their back on another woman because you don't. Your own woman won't turn her back on her sister if her sister feels some type of way about you. She'll stand there and sit quiet, bro.
I don't know.
It's a lot of them.
Listen, you're right, but that's the only reason I'm saying I don't know because I saw, like, from my personal experience, I seen half-half. I seen women that'll ride with their man regardless against their family.
I seen that too. But we're talking about the masses. When we talk about masses, we're talking about majority, not minority. We're not talking about 2%. We're talking about the motherfucking 98.
I don't know.
It's more, yo. If it wasn't,
Now, I'm not arguing.
it would be so much easier. A Me Too movement when came out to empower women who were already empowered. They just didn't know how to use it at one point in time. They ruled everything.
They always
From men to politics to business. It all came down to them. Men are dressing the way they're dressing because women accept that shit.
You not getting a disagreement from me.
So if a bunch of women came out, and I'm talking about big women who's at the forefront where our women look up to, our men even look up to them. And
You
say,
mean big?
yo,
You mean big in presence, not drawers?
big in presence, yeah.
Okay.
Drawers. But they got some big presence.
Oh, no, they got some nice and big drawers out. It's some nice
but
big drawers.
If they went out here and said, look,
I'm not trying to throw them off track.
I don't want your. It's not cool for you to actually wear the same size as me. You don't have to shop in the same stores I have because now they had to make a men's line because you're like in the tight clothing, you're like in the purses. It will change.
Now, I get what you're saying, but I think we have come to the point of no return.
It can't be.
No, I really think we came to the point of no return because of we are the last of a dying breed. They will talk about us. Damn, I wish we used to have men like that. They don't exist anymore.
They always say that.
Like, well, no, they starting to. You have few that's saying it, but the reality of it is, I said this over 10 years ago, and I said that when your kids and your daughters get older. And you gotta look and see that everything is different now. Just know you played the part in that movement. Just know when you agree upon something and it plays a major effect through the world, you played the part in that movement. So when your child comes home and you see our grandkids, actually boys and females going, on the masses level going, I'm gonna fuck with a girl today, I'm gonna fuck with a boy tomorrow. Or I might just fuck with both. And that's but I'm just saying. And that is the norm. And that is the norm on a masses level. Just know, you played the part in that.
You gotta take some ownership into your actions. Like, what women have to realize, like, you being strong, independent, heavier movements, doesn't mean that I have to jeopardize my masculinity for it. Like, we can all be strong at the same damn time.
You can be strong at the same damn time.
Everybody can be strong.
In the workplace,
all can be strong. I'm not talking about relationship. I'm talking about with all these movements and they going against this, going against that. Like, I'm not on no 60s and 70s. Like, yeah, like what I say goes type shit.
No,
like we can be equals, but I'm not giving up my masculinity for you to feel for you to feel empowered. Well,
I only feel like that if I'm paying all the bills.
Well, if I'm paying all the bills, I'm no.
I don't mean like dominating like that. But if I go, nah, we discuss, then I'm like, nah, we ain't doing that.
No, and that's not
because if I was in the shit with a woman paying all the bills,
let's take a small piece of time and talk about that shit real quick before we end this thing about embracing. I was like, we can do that on shit. No. We gotta talk about that shit right now because this. You see how the show go, man. We started off one thing, and it just olive branched to something else. That's just what it happened.
But it's still the same thing.
Yeah, it is. But that point you brought up about, if I pay all the bills, right? I don't have no problem paying all the bills, right? You don't have no problem paying all the bills. You don't have no problem paying all the bills. Don't talk back. Just don't talk back because you're getting out. You know what I'm saying? Because you're getting the fuck out. Like,
talking back.
No. Talking back get you homeless. No. What do I need you here for? No. It's no thin line. There's no thin line. If I'm providing the gas and electric, I'm providing I'm providing every bill, and all you have to do is live okay. And you don't have no stresses from no bill because I'm taking care of it. Don't talk back. Soon as hey man, mother, get out. You gotta get out because you live with me. You gotta get out. I don't need you for nothing else. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I agree with you.
Get the fuck out.
I agree with you, but I'm just saying.
If it was on the other foot though, it'd be the same way.
Yeah, because
but here's the thing though.
If you're not dropping major dick, and you at home playing PS5 that she bought all day, you better not talk back. Because guess what?
You're out of there.
The two trash bags that you got your shit in, I'm going to be out in the front
out of there.
It's the same thing with me. I got a bag for your wigs, a bag for your shoes. You getting the fuck out. You ain't talking back to me. No. Because it goes to the point about these women saying that we shouldn't go half on a rent. We shouldn't go half. We ain't roommates. You the man. If you want us to stay prehistoric like that, but you want equality, we got to figure this shit out. Because equality means half.
But that's why in the beginning, when you're dealing with a woman, you let her know all that shit off the back. And I'm talking about even as you still go along in the first time, you let her know off the jump where you stand at. Because that's why I agree with you. I agree with you. Now, to get out shit, get out! It depends the level of her disrespect. Her expressing how she feel. Like, I don't care if a woman gets upset and want to rah because she expressing herself. But after you go through that, if you can't have a open dialogue with me, calm and mature, then let's get the fuck out.
What's she mad about though?
Huh?
What's she mad about?
Bro, listen, she's mad. She can be mad about any, bro. She can be.
What is there to be? People, what is the number one thing people mad about in this world? Finances. So if you don't have no stresses about no finances, because whatever job you working, if all that shit go in your pocket, because I'm taking care of everything, what we fussing about?
What she mad at?
What we fussing about?
You like talk to another chick?
But again, because you still
talking to a chick.
Yeah, because that could be the case. But
I can afford to.
Because women.
Hey, yo,
Listen.
if I'm able to take care of you and you man, I can afford to.
Yeah, but
It ain't tricking if you got it.
Listen, ladies.
It ain't tricking if you got it.
Act like this is on camera. I know this dude personally. He doesn't mean it to the extreme that it seems.
I do
okay?
fucking mean it. I don't need a disclaimer.
mean it.
I fucking mean it. Let me tell you something. Right now. I do not mind living in a prehistoric world where you say, hey, you're a man and you got to do these manly things and pay all the bills. That's fine, babe. That's fine. Like I said before, and I said this shit before, my belly better never be empty and my balls better never be full. If you're not terminally ill or you're not on your menstrual cycle, if you don't drop them drawers and you stress me out, you're getting the fuck out. I don't need you for nothing else. You're not paying a bill. So what the fuck do I need you for? If you're not fucking me and feeding me, then you're getting the fuck out. At this point, you're just a pit bull. You some type of bird or goldfish. Like, I'm just fucking feeding you and coming home and looking at you. You gotta get out.
You walk
You gotta get out.
You walk into.
Right, don't even want to do that. The fuck? You're not sugarcoating this shit. You want equality or not? Equality means half. If you don't want equality, which I'm fine with, I'll take care of everything. But you're not going to give me no back talk.
Okay. Now,
And don't tell me you ain't fucking.
I agree with this man, but it's not.
That's for yourself.
It's open.
And if you want to debate me, all my social media is open.
Yeah, I'm just.
Because after I cuss you out, I'm blocking you because you dumb.
Yeah, but as you can see, he's serious about that. But at the end of the day, so he just made motherfuckers just lose the point of what I was trying to say.
That is the point. If you're not paying bill, don't back talk me.
Yo, a woman, if you have a woman, the relationship is not based primarily off of the bills and who pays.
But that's what they equate. See, that's the problem. That's what they equate our manhood to. Look at all the shit that's coming out. I need a man that can make 6 figures. I need a man that can do this. How the fuck you need a man to make 6 figures and you making $750 an hour with your fucking self? We ain't equally fucking yoked.
But
Why?
listen,
But that's what I'm saying.
right.
They put a price tag on our manhood.
Listen,
Fuck the love and being able to take care of them
that's
emotionally and mentally. They want that money. So if I'm providing that, you better not talk back.
You talking about it from that standpoint,
Because your cousin will be next to move in.
And I agree, but that's how we had the discussion. And I told you about how women are when they chase after, like they said, these guys with the 6 figures and things like that. Again, what are you bringing to the table?
And what the fuck is 6 figures?
Listen, and what are you bringing to the table for that guy that you so special?
A stinking ass wig.
Not the fact. See, this is that typical that shit that I be talking. See, this motherfucker can't be laughing. But
Yeah,
what I'm trying to say is that these women, what are you bringing to the table? The problem that I have with society now is they're basing relationships off of that. Like, shit is so fucking confusing now that if this is the new way of looking at things, that's why I tell men that you need to find a woman of equal value. Not only far as the mental and spiritual part, but even the financial part. Because you don't want nobody coming in dragging you the fuck down. Like if you on a hunt, if you ain't make it to your point of life where you feel as though, okay, I'm successful, because everybody's successful level is different. Mm-hmm. If you at a point where you say, all right, I'm successful, and you had, let's say you ain't no millionaire, no something like that, and you got a few $100,000 in your bank account, and you can take care of yourself and your responsibility. If you bring another grown ass adult into the picture, and they draining your hard work because they don't have no drive or ambition to do anything.
See, and that's